Hi, Alan. So we're here today to talk about copper. The copper prices are down about 9% this week. What's happening?
Well, everyone's catching up with copper. It's been slightly forgotten. Believe it or not, it hasn't fallen as much as some other minerals and particularly oil. So if we look at the last 6 or 7 months when oil started to fall very rapidly, and as you know, oil's fallen by more than half now. Copper has only lost about 23% in that time. So it's possible that it's just been seen as a bit of a laggard and is getting picked on this year.
And do you think it's falling? Is it a trading play, or is there some underlying fundamental issue as to why the copper price has now changed?
Yeah, good question. There doesn't seem to be a really strong sense that oversupply is an issue for the next year and a half. Some will say yes, but in fact, some mines hadn't come on stream, so the net excess supply over demand, after years of not enough supply, there has been just a little creeping up of supply, so it was certainly rectifying, but it's not that bad. And it does seem as though China is using up some of that copper that people thought they wouldn't use. So I'm not sure it's quite as bad on the macro side as people make it out.
Okay, so a little bit less a supply and demand story.
Yeah.
And what companies should we be watching?
Well, you need to now be focused on if copper is going to continue to fall and say macro hedge funds are going to continue to knock it down, you need to focus on the lower cost producers. Now, from the research I've seen, it does seem that, say, Southern Copper, which is listed in the States, has some of the lowest costs of the pure play copper plays. There are other companies like Cas Minerals, which is listed here. I wouldn't say it was a high cost producer, but it's higher. But I would say that a lot of the pure plays, they're okay at the current copper price of we're around $5,500 per metric ton on the LME for copper. If we go below 5 or 4,500, that will be a problem for a Casimist.
So what should we do now?
Well, as I said, I would stick with the less indebted players. Again, Cas Minerals has more debt. It was ramping up a project. And as low a cost player as possible. And again, as a Southern Copper, that kind of play, which will protect you, I think, if you feel the need to stick your toe in the water for copper.
Okay, thanks very much, Alan.